Matt used to get into a lot of scrapes with people, a lot of people, just driving in the car.
Just coming out of a club as well.
Just coming out of a club. He was, because he was so arrogant that he would, you know, and he was cocky with it. And so they're both together, arrogance and cockiness, and they got him into such a lot of trouble. The amount of people that were after him and fights he was getting into. I think he was carrying knuckle dusters around at one time or whatever. And I said to him, "What are you carrying this around for?" He says, "Oh, it's protection, you know, if I get picked up."
Difficult and wouldn't listen. People don't like arrogant kids.
Of course they don't. Yeah.
So he found that he wasn't getting on with folk. And also not thinking about other people, the impact that his behaviour was having on other people.
He wasn't aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
These things were affecting our lives and causing us stress. And then that's why we were arguing all the time.
Not because we want control over him, we just want to know that he's doing you want to know that your son or your daughter are doing all right. I think he's realised now that arrogance, although he still has a lot of arrogance, he's working on it.
He's lost that quite a bit, actually.
I think he's
a bit more humble than
I think but he was very, very arrogant, so he has calmed down.
He's got a long way to go, is what he's saying.
So he has toned down a lot.
Well, he's a lot more honest about things. He's tried to put his life right, the things that he was doing that wasn't really acceptable.
I wasn't really doing anything good. I'm getting into trouble. I'm to associate myself with people who sell drugs, to associate myself with drugs itself.
Matthew used to leave devastation behind.
Really?
It's almost like whatever he started, he would never finish. But now you get the impression that he seems more determined about what he's doing.
Yeah.
And to do things the right way.
Yes.
And not wind everybody up in the process.
He does talk with more respect as well.
Yeah.
And I think now he's beginning to realise that you need more than just an arrogance or a cockiness.
The spiritual side of me has been affected as the deeper the course has gone, for the reasons that I know that this can only come from something good.
His attitude towards money has definitely changed. His goals have changed. You know, I think he's a lot more contented, actually, isn't he? Because he's not...
he's more conscious of what's going on around him rather than just looking at instant success.
If you're thinking bad things, good things can't continue to happen because you're not working towards that. You're not looking to sustain that. You've got no sort of foundations in place to say, I'm going to be happy.
He's building on something and he's changed in his attitude is far more positive. He seems happier. More content.
Still got his goals, you know.
But he's changed the way he goes about it as well. He's not as aggressive, anywhere near as aggressive.
No.
People's perception of me has definitely changed. People that know me, I find that people who know me that are involved in drugs and that kind of thing, they've had to draw themselves away from me, or more to the point, I've drawn myself away from them.
I think it's definitely having a more positive impact. We think it's more positive impact.
I think, yes, a lot of the negative things in his life that were a problem to him and holding him back, he seems to have dealt with them.
Just the way that I feel about myself, really. I mean, starting to understand more and more that whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You've got to find a way.
We were a bit worried what he was getting into.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we're really honest, we were worried because we didn't know anything about it.
Of course.
And
we didn't
it
know
sounded
whether
very, very good.
He was getting involved with someone who was perhaps telling him what he wanted to hear, deceiving him, controlling him. And we was very concerned about that. But he seems to be, well, it seems to have cleaned up the things that we wanted him to clear up. It's easier to talk to him.
So you can reason with him now. He's not as arrogant.
I think they are much more proud of me. I mean, they've seen the work that we've done.
And we were worried, obviously, as parents, because, you know, we thought, what's he getting up to? Is this another con trick or something? But he seems to be working out for the better. But as Matthew keeps saying, you will see by my fruits. Keeps saying that.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. He's on the right track.
So he's definitely brought a change for the good.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clear that when you're reading the book or you've read the book, you know you're making a conscious effort to think negative thoughts. So if you're going to put that book back down, it's just like coming off drugs and then blatantly going back on them. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic because it's a massive, massive learning curve. everything that's gone on. Even if some of it has been brought about by myself, because it's fantastic, because this is what it's all about, learning about what I'm about, how I'm coming across to people, what sort of situations I'm bringing about in my life. Specifically, it's showing me myself.